Hello, and welcome to Kaiserreich. Operation Northern Expedition, I guess. We are going to be launching our assault, because we can declare war, on the Fengtian government. Time to rid ourselves of these Japanese dogs. Dogs of Japan. This nerd. Let's get this warlord nerd out of here. Bam! Ring-a-ding-ding. Hunan just comes in and they don't have a choice. Attack! Oh, and double attack. Second Northern Expedition! China's civil war has reached a turning point as the Left-KMT has declared war on the internationally recognized Fengtian government. Is that true? Last expedition occurred a decade ago. I don't know if they're internationally recognized. The aim to unify the country. However, this was not to be, with the KMT gravely underestimating German commitment in the region. With war now declared, the stage is set for a repeat of the previous expedition led by Chiang Kai-shek, but this time, Japan, not Germany, seems set to intervene. What this means for China is unknown. Second time's a charm. I can't turn away. Attack! Holy smoke. Yes. 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 Ah. Beijing will be ours. Pretty shortly. More guns. How are we doing on this? And we'll wait. Beijing is ours! Fengtian's government has joined Co-Prosperity Sphere! Lads, it's time. Oh, cool. I can still ask these guys for an alliance, which is nice. These folks can advance into the Tibetan territory. Which brings me I'm not at war with Japan yet. Whew, that's a lot of divisions. Uh-oh, that's a lot of divisions. Yeah, it was smart to leave all these nerds in reserve. Boy, that was a good idea. Woo! Yeah. Right. Okay. A lot of stuff is happening. Okay. National folks completed War of Resistance. Second Sino-Japanese War. Tensions have long been rising between China and Japan, the latter supporting the rival Fengtian clique in Manchuria as a way to defend their interests in the region. When war broke out between the Fengtian and Left-KMT, it was haunted by the prospect of Japanese intervention should Zheng Zhulin fail to deliver success. As the war dragged on for a whole week, And the Fengtian government found victory slipping further and further away. These fears were vindicated when they were forced to call upon their benefactor in Tokyo for aid. Wang Jingwei has already denounced Zhang Zulin as a Japanese lapdog. Oh, hey, I said that. And claimed that foreign intervention is proof of his subservience. The two ancient civilizations have found themselves at war once again. Wan Sui! I don't know what that means. Obviously like a battle cry, but I don't know what it means. Holy crap. Okay. The completion of the Northern Expedition. About a decade ago, Chiang Kai-shek addressed his officers on the eve of the Northern Expedition. The importance of this fight is not only in that it will decide the fate of the warlords, but whether or not the Chinese nation and race can restore their freedom and independence hangs in the balance. In other words, there's a struggle between the nation and the warlords, between revolution and the counter-revolutionaries, between the Three People's Principles and imperialism. The Kuomintang was knocked down then, but the fight never ended. Today, the blue sky, white sun, and a holy red earth finally was raised over a changed Beijing. As party members, both those that witnessed the first expedition and those that joined the interim, cheered on. As Wang Jingwei and other party members delivered their speeches, soldiers paraded, and experts speculated about the future, there was little doubt of the significance of this moment. The moment, victory. Yes, victory! Victory over warlords, victory over the counter-revolutionaries, victory over imperialism. Chiang and many others did not live to see the moment, but their legacy is secured. The Kuomintang has proved themselves capable of more than just words, casting down the institutions they so hated. Even if resistance continues and enemy pockets are mapped up, the nation is changing. Socialism appears to be more and more as a credible future for China, and the Kuomintang is no longer merely a fringe party, but threats remain. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. The party's newfound legacy has drawn attention to the host of foes, both at home and abroad. Meanwhile, it fights to avoid being undone by the influx of opportunists, divisions, and new responsibilities. The people now expect them to lead, and that's often far more difficult than overthrow. We have a lot of work ahead of us. The focus tree will change. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe. We'll see. We get a lot of bad, really bad malices. Okay, well, I'm going to keep this up as long as I can. Yeah, because I'm continuing to fight a war of, like, national survival. Okay. Yeah, I don't have enough command power for that. Ah, I'm scared. The Japanese are gonna come down on us like a ton of hammers. This line has a tendency to permanently remain. We're fighting our way back through the forts that were held by the Qing against Fengtian. Yep. So here come demobilized NRA. We have still a bunch of stuff, but oh boy, look at all this stuff. War of Resistance, which we got for free. We probably want to fortify the coastal bulwark, ASAP. We probably want Army of the Revolution, ASAP. Look at all this. Well, this is going to be really inconvenient for us. Oh, cool. Sha Fei, the revolution's photographer. Born Situ Xuan in Guangzhou, Guangdong province. Xuan enlisted in the National Revolutionary Army in 1926 during the first Northern Expedition as a telegraph operator. After the expedition's failure, he fled for Song Qingling's Mingan insurgency, where he developed a hobby for photography. In particular, he developed a fascination for realistic photographs, unlike the international models he would see in foreign magazines. He would frequently travel across Fujian, taking pictures of poverty-stricken children and families, and would also go to Shanghai and meet with and photograph intellectuals such as Lu Jun. With the northern expedition in full swing, he took the name Sha Fei, meaning flying sand, in order to document the revolution on the front line. His photographs capture instances of military action while holding the Kuomintang trousers just in crisis, even in their handling of enemy POWs. Unfortunately, this okay, that's unfortunate for them. Unfortunately, this talented photographer is now currently in a mental hospital. Weeks of photographing the bloodiest aspects of war, mega limbs, military brutality, and devastation across China have taken their toll on the young photographer. While he's currently diagnosed with mental illness and tuberculosis, there is hope yet that he will eventually recover. I mean, okay. It's unfortunate for him. I think we can probably stop pushing. Halt, halt. I was hoping to push to this river, but it's not happening. The capture of Beijing kind of killed our momentum, annoyingly. Right, and convoys. Yeah. That sucks. Ooh, that's a brutal malice. When you're not playing on baby mode. Real butt buster. But we're gonna get enough XP to undestroy our army. Oh yeah, and we can offer an alliance. I hope you accept. Please accept. Please clap. Alright. Okay, so a lot of stuff is happening. Fortify the coastal bulwark. Ha-ha! The Xinjiang clique joins our ranks, thanks in part to the similar roots of the Daoyin of Asku and our own KMT, RCA, it appeals our goals have remained aligned over the years. Sheng Shikai of the Xinjiang clique has agreed to begin coordinating efforts at unification, peacefully bringing the Xinjiang clique into the Left-KMT fold. With any luck, our combined forces will be sufficient to bring about a successful national liberation from the chaos and strife that engulfed it. With momentum on our side, a combined might of our forces will continue onwards to victory! Awesome! Alright, one moment. Look at that! Look at all our flags! Yeah! I'm just gonna keep building convoys. We have naval experience. No, we should not spend it. The Fujian Naval Community! Fujian is home to a thriving naval community, and owing to its strategic... Where's Fujian? Give me a second. Fujian... Oh? Okay, apparently Fuzhou? No, that's not Fujian. Am I gonna have to look this up? Fuzhou, Wenzhou, Hangzhou, Nantong, Wuxi, Rugao, Yangcheng, Weijian, Yantai. Okay, I have no idea where it is. Cool. I don't know where it is. I can look it up later. Fujian is home to a thriving naval community owing to its strategic location and lucrative coastal trade over the years. Fuzhou, for example, is home to major naval institutions such as the Fuzhou Shipping Bureau, Fuzhou Shipping Academy, Mawei Naval Academy. Even with the legation city establishing further control over the area, Fujianese often dominate the military and civilian fleet further north. The Jiangnan region also competes as a naval and commercial shipping center. Jiangnan Shipyard and Wusong Naval Academy in Shanghai and the Jingnan Naval Academy near Nanjing have provided ships and sailors for a modernizing nation, with the triumph of previously Fujian-based revolutionaries. Over here. Here specifically. And the provisions of a provisional capital being established in Nanjing, it's only natural that both regions dominate our small fleet. However, it said, however, that most things in the new government divided quickly into factions. Yeah, okay. Li Zilong, a graduate of Wusong, and having studied abroad in the exile period, had rallied a clique of international trained naval officers and those educated at Whampoa Naval Academy to demand a strictly socialist revolutionary navy. They argued with a limited number of officer slots available, may as well be filled with dedicated revolutionaries. In any case, foreign trained officers are superior quality. Chen Xiaokun, and Chen Jiliang, both Fujianese and graduates of Jingnan Naval Academy, have pushed for broader admission. Former, League personnel, like themselves, they dream of a much larger fleet and call for a lenient political rehabilitation program, merely requiring vetting from known Kuomintang loyalists. Given the fluid nature of loyalty during the insurgent period, tight family ties of the region would give a substantial advantage to old Mingan leadership. I'm inclined. A grand navy is our shield. Favor the Fujianese naval clique. It'll increase radicalism, but it will give us more naval experience, which is nice, given how little we have. Oh my god. It's like freaking out. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop doing that because it's probably damaging. Long respected amongst Chinese leftists. Okay, I may actually need to fix some problems. No, we're still fine. I am going to... Well, this might fix itself. Long respected amongst Chinese leftists for organizing Chinese workers and students into the diligent work-study program, the four elders of the Kuomintang hold eclectic views of anarchism and its role within the Kuomintang. Li Shizheng, one of the elders of the World Society, has proposed the Kuomintang adopt federation based on Proudhonist. Right, this is the Proudhonist. By the way, I had mixed up the Proudhonists with other other French anarchists. Yes, Proudhonists does work this way. I would have pronounced this Proudhon had I not known it was pronounced Proudhonist. Proudhon's principle. This federation would be a combination of both local and central governments with the goal of decentralizing power to regional bodies. However, given the political situation of China, degree of central authority, military power, finances, heavy industries would still be in government hands until anarchism was achieved. Okay, the anarchists of the Kuomintang aim to construct a labor university akin to those in Europe, where new kinds of labor leader and intellectual will be created, legendary organizers who would transform, not just the party, but rather the nation. With the help of their newspaper, Revolutionary Weekly, they would propagate anarchist ideals, and argue that Sun's three principles of the people was by default a way to create anarchism. In the latest article of Revolutionary Weekly, the fiery elder Wu Zihui denounced Chairman Wang and the RCA for inciting crass struggle, arguing that Dr. Sun's revolution called for all of China to rise up, as evident by the declaration made in the First Congress of 1924. To Wu, the revolution was Quanmin Geming, revolution for all people. However, RCA members have denounced this terminology and the basis used by the counter-revolutionary Chinese Youth Party in the North. To the RCA, by using counter-revolutionary language, Wu assented to the repudiation of social transformation as part of the national revolution, which was considered to be ironic for an anarchist. Further criticism has come from Chen Gongbo, who has decided to draft an open letter to the Revolutionary Weekly. In this letter, he has argued that the World Society seems to enjoy their official position as elders within the party and spend most of their time courting the influential military leaders of the Provisional Action Committee. To Wu and Li Xizheng, who he once may have idolized, he has growing doubts about their commitment to the revolution, especially with regard to their lack of belief in class struggle. The only solution, according to him, was for them to resign their positions immediately, and for the rest of the KMT to dismiss their ideas as folly. I'm going to hit them up with they need to get with the times. Okay, immediately. A new Republican camaraderie. A lot of events. The submission of Dao Yin of Aksu back to the Kuomintang revolutionary fold harkens back to the old Constitutional Protection Alliance of Sun Yat-sen, bringing disparate and ostensibly democratic groups together to resist a common reactionary warlord enemy. This has not been without mutual intermingling of political streams, however. Sheng Shikai's recognition of Wang Jingwei's leadership marks a great victory for the embattled chairman, allowing him to flex his long have I seen this one before? Or is this a... right. This is the long-touted diplomatic skills his allies in the RCA have used this to shore up his position to his new enemies, propelling a narrative that is new to Sun Yat-sen, with a few members able to keep up a united front of Republicans in the face of the Harshman's reaction. The reality on the ground is more mundane. Sheng Shikai and his government in Dihua are hardly rushing to implement the KMT party-state rule or bend their old... Yeah, we've seen this before. Bend their old... own-held principles to the party's socialist interpretation of the three principles. Odds are they are playing a wait-and-see game, calculating the Left-KMT's apparent strengths make them the most advantageous ally of the moment. Oh my god. I'm feeling in defense of the Constitution. Then maybe checking how we're doing. Yeah, we're about near the center. I can always undermine the chairman's grip, should I need to. Oh my god, there's more. Okay. More films. Again, I did allow for, like... I mean, this is just interesting stuff. Sorry about that. A new film has emerged within Chinese cinemas. This new cinematic masterpiece, which has been declared China's first horror film, horror, has been directed by the leftist-leaning director, Ma Zhu Weibang. Again, the pronunciation is just a guess on my part. It draws influence from the 1923 American film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the 1910 French novel, Le Fantôme de l'Opéra, Phantom of the Opera. Critics of the film have pointed out that the anxious tones of the horror genre seem to emulate the very anxiety the Chinese people hold in regard to the ever-changing political landscape of the land. Furthermore, the character's leftist and nationalist characters led to the Kuomintang officially endorsing the film. Starring the handsome actor Jin Shan as Song Danping, and the beautiful actress Hu Ping as Li Xiaojia, Song Danping's lover. The film was set on a dark and stormy night in 1926. A group of actors arrive at a demolished theater and begin practicing for their show. One night, the play's lead, Sun Xiaoyu, requests to practice his parts by himself, but he struggles with his lines. As he continues to rehearse, a mysterious voice suddenly decides to lend its voice to the actor, helping him learn the lines. The actor decides to seek out this benevolent angel, and finds the voice belongs to none other than the famed actor Song Danping, who is thought to have been deceased. In flashbacks, Danping reveals that prior to acting, he'd been a revolutionary in the Second Revolution against Yuan Shikai. That's the dude who had the bladder infection, I think. If I'm remembering correct, he was the dude who was like... Sun Yat-sen was like, Republic in China! And Yuan Shikai was like, but not really. I think that's what happened, but I only sort of remember. After the revolution's failure, he fled into hiding and fell in love with Li Xiaojia. Danping's rival Tang Jun, however, has Danping tortured and attacked with acid. Embarrassed and ashamed of his visceral scars, Danping flees into hiding once more, which drives Xiaojia. I'm not used to the phonemes. Xiaojia to insanity. He spends his nights in the theater, alone and hidden, comforting a mentally unstable Xiaojia. In present day, the actor troupe makes the show and presents it to none other than the theater's owner, Tang Jun. Tang takes a liking to Sun's girlfriend and tries to seize her. When Sun fights back in the struggle, Sun's lover dies, but Danping emerges out of hiding to fight Tang Jun. The theater viewers see Danping as a monster to his disfigured face and attempt to chase him with torches. This film ends with Danping jumping to his death, while Xiaojia finally regains her sanity. Someone pass me a tissue. See, that sounds cool. That's all screwed up. It's all messed up. But, it's cool. I wonder if that's real. My guess would be that it is a real film. I know that there's a lot of film from Asia, from this region, that's like, it's all lost media, by the way. Like, I know the Indonesian, there's a big Indonesian film industry in, like, between the 30s to, like, the 60s where, like, a bunch of the film is lost. Which is very frustrating. Lost film is a big problem. Like, you know, that's true even with, like, Western stuff. Alright. By the way, how are the Russians doing? Right. I'm gonna maybe activate Defendo mode. We're gonna drop these nerds. Change the color. Nope. Change the color. I don't know, like, yellow. And we're gonna get... Nope. Can't do that. But, John Hunding... Oh! And we crossed 10... We have 108. That's not a great number. So let's do some more army reform. We're gonna get a reformed military force. Which we kind of need. All right. Okay. The Central Naval Academy. The seas and rivers are the lifeblood for much of the 5 provinces. And our revolution we depend on, and for our revolution we depend on access to the international aid shipments and large donations from the OCC comprador bourgeois magnates. For much of the late Qing era, the Navy was heavily decentralized and placed under regional leadership with little coordination. The problem was worsened by diverting funding away from the fleet during the warlord era, a neglect that further hollowed out our naval capabilities. Yet, slowly but surely, this appears to be ready for change. Senior naval officials have proposed setting the groundwork for rebuilding the Chinese fleet to match the imperialist powers, process that may take years. No, it'll take months. If it happens at all, it'll take years. But the basic preparations can, it'll take a few days. The basic preparations can begin almost immediately. They have taken over the old Jiangnan Naval Academy site, turning it into the headquarters for the Republic of China Navy. Their zeal and grandiose visions, however, soon met a match with the senior National Revolutionary Army leadership, who demanded total modernization of the fleet under central command structure. Rather than the Navy being given an equal seat at the table, however, it is clear that their vision involves subordination of the new fleet to the Army. A fact reinforced by the NRA's plan to create their own naval school under Army jurisdiction. Naval officers protest that the generals simply do not understand naval affairs. The Navy should be a separate branch, widening the headache the military commission is now forced to address. I mean, even though this is going to increase radicalism, dude, I mean, like, I'm probably never going to use Marines for anything. So I'm going to hit him up with the admirals know the best about defending the coast from invaders, because I kind of think that's basically true. Besides, I don't really think, no, the Shanghai cliques and stuff are really not very potent. These are infantry plus, so I'm going to transition them over here and get them out of here. Alright. Yeah, the cavalry no longer useful in this war of attrition. Oh. I'm going to lay down some forts. Oh my god. Okay, look at all these destroyed. Okay. Fort. So here's the order we're going to do it in. Alright. This goes top. Right. Whatever. So we're going to do it like this. Cool. All right. Oh, this. Okay, I remember this specific event. Ma Zhanshan offers to defect. Communicating by mountain. Mounted Messenger General Ma Zhanshan of the Fangtian government has offered to defect, citing his once close relationship with Zhang Zulin, but his growing dissatisfaction with the Grand Marshal's political overreach. Zhang Shan is known to be an effective, if eccentric, general, spending much of his time practicing superior marksmanship, likely a product of the early life he has spent roaming the northeastern plain. All the former bandit asks, in return, is the latest equipment to outfit his men and $3 million worth in gold. So, we get a bunch of manpower we don't need, a bunch of political power we do need. We spend some economy. We lose some military equipment. I know for a fact that this guy is not trustworthy. So, I'm going to say yes, because I think it's interesting. Besides, I don't know if there's a chance that he won't actually counter-defect. That's possible. Anyways, we're going to call the episode here. I think we've done a decent job of accomplishing some of our objectives, but we now are firmly on the defensive, at least for probably about a year, before we can just fully push north and then push the Japanese off the continent back into the sea. I would like to give them a chance to declare war on the Germans. But all of that must wait until the next episode. See you then. Bye-bye.